There's a lot of things in our life right now that offer a distraction. They offer like a way out. You can find connection elsewhere. You can find fulfillment elsewhere. It's like there's a lot of these promises. So if you have this thing promising, like, oh, we'll solve all your problems, why would you turn and face the hard thing?
Dream Canadian collaborator.
I want Simon to get his passport, and then that's no.
What drew you to making it such a Vancouver-based story, or is it more in your head kind of just like a Pacific Northwest story?
But I just found it an amazing city, and I think this weird condescension towards it. It feels like completely practical. It feels like it has no grounds in like, this is a bad city that you shouldn't set movies in. I mean, there's so many amazing stories to tell. It's like all the characters in this movie are like, to me, are like Vancouver characters. These weird sentiments that there's like no culture in Vancouver or whatever, but it's like, it's just not true. Ever since I was a kid and I was like shooting pictures or shooting movies, I was always really obsessed with capturing the landscape. I think it's really hard to shoot the landscape. Even just on a technical level, just trying to shoot that. Andrei Liskov, my cinematographer, shouldered a lot of that weight. Because yeah, I think I've seen movies set here, like I think about like Sleepless in Seattle. My PNW chip on my shoulder was like, they're not capturing it right. So I think we got pretty close on this one, and I think I'm excited to try more stuff.
What's your favorite Vancouver cafe or spot to write in?
Oh, for writing. Aperture on Main and 25th.
In the back room?
In the back
Yeah,
room, exactly. And then if you wait long enough, you can get a beer. My favorite alleys in Vancouver. There's a little park in Fairview called Chocolate Park. It's really, really small. It's like 2 park benches, and it has a great little view of the city. China Creek Park North. I just have so many very, very, very fond memories. Let's see if I can come up with one other. Honeybee, Bruncheonette, that's what's up. Somebody once said that, you know, shorts, in a short, your world changes, and in a feature, your characters change. You know, I had an idea for a character. It's not based off of the character in the short, but the actor that I worked with, Simon Farrell. I just was really inspired by working with him, and I thought there was a bigger character to explore with him, you know, at the helm. It's my first time doing a feature film, which what I found to be the biggest difference making a feature is that you have a lot more flexibility with your characters, but you have a lot more responsibility with them as well. What I've always found in my life is like, you know, times where I've been grieving or times where I've been like dealing with hard things. When you look back at it, there is this kind of bitter comedy. The image that always comes to my mind is like you're at a funeral and then like somebody like drops a glass. And so it's like this kind of, you know, colliding those two tones together, I think, is what I'm the most interested in. He avoids his family for a lot of the movie. As a way to protect himself, he's kind of invented wrongdoings on the other side so that he can justify his separation, his removal. And I think we all do that because it's hard to like see yourself as in anything other than the main character. Something that really stuck with me was like the secret societies around like the turn of the century. Like Shriners were like a big inspiration for this. Those to me, I really connected with because it's people looking for like a social club. And then I think that when people meet like that, it's easy for those things to get carried away. In the movie, I think a lot of the people in that group, it is working for them. But I think Ernest's character, and I think that's where like my connection came in, was I think as you're growing up, you're trying to find different activities or different things, like different ways of life that feel true to you. And you might do it because it seems your friends are telling you or other people are telling you that this really works for them. But ultimately you have to listen to yourself. I mean, I think the other thing with the leader of the group, Roman, played by Adriana Marchand. That was what I was interested in as well, is like this leader that maybe didn't expect to be a leader, kind of found themselves being naturally charismatic and putting this thing together, but suddenly you have all these people who have put a lot of faith in you. Now you have to uphold it. I mean, it's like imagine putting on a book club that you can never end. And it's a natural inclination for, if you find yourself in a leadership role, to It's a very hard thing to say, to just pull the cord and walk away. Just in terms of her character, I sympathize with her a lot. And it all kind of fell into place, and it kind of hit us that we were like, you know what, like this does have legs. I think that this can carry us all the way to the end. And so. This is really common in film. It's like, oh, I'm going over to pick up like a lens from some person, and you open the door and you're like, what? It's like this whole like little ecosystem in there.
Right.
There's kind of a pivotal scene. It's like we kind of encounter this group for the first time, and it's one of those. You're at this house. It's a party, but you don't know who lives there versus who's partying there. And when we were shooting it, our gaffer, Justin Weedo, like leaned over to me. He's like, I've been to parties like this, dude. This is like kind of scaring me. It skims that line. I think that that's the case. I mean, people just like create little micro families, because I think behind that, as like a Northwesterner, I think behind that is this like this yearning, like this desire to connect with people. It's this kind of weird like it's like a mutual agreement, or this assumption that like you're good in your social circle, I'm good in my social circle. We don't need to be out making friends. Yeah. It's rainy, we stay inside. And so especially when you're in a situation where you're like, oh shoot, what do I do when I need friends? That's what I always say about Vancouver, is like, I'm really lucky to have made a good friend group, because when you have that, it's like, this is an amazing city.
I think sometimes the self-improvement kind of, especially in Vancouver, it can sometimes come off a bit maybe performative. Do you think that it ends up ultimately isolating people more than connecting them?
Yes. Going back to what I was saying about, you know, you really have to find what's true to you. It's like you have to listen to yourself. If you're saying, I'm at capacity, my mental space, blah, 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 but you're using it to get out of like going to a meal that, like a dinner you don't want to go to, that's kind of ingenuine. I mean, I really hate that concept of owing. I mean, it's very like capitalistic. I mean, it's funny that even people these days say like social currency. You know, yeah, I went to your birthday party and my ex-girlfriend was there, and so because of that, you owe me. And if you protect yourself into oblivion, then it's like you're at the end of your life and you didn't do anything. You have to go through moments, like you have to experience something. And I think at the end of the day, I really think that people just are a lot less equipped in this life than they think they are. And so you look at everybody else thinking that they've got it all going on, and you're the only one who's out on a limb, but everybody's out on a limb. When you're doing a project like this, when you're spending that much time and you're just trying to make things feel real and feel honest, you end up creating scenarios like, what realistically would like a group of young adults who are like practicing alternative medicine and wellness, like what would that look like? What would be the reasoning in a town like Vancouver? It is a conundrum around here that it's like we all suffer from depression. You know, how many times with people in Vancouver have they, you know, oh, is this person mad at me because they didn't text me back? And yet you're like, it's the most beautiful place in the world. It's like you can go to the mountains in 20 minutes. You have this great downtown, you have great culture, you have great music, you have great everything. It's like everything's right there, but what is it? And I still don't know, but I think I just hope that I at least represented it. You put up with it, I guess.
I don't know if anyone will be able to crack that case of
no,
why.
But I'll try again. I'll make another one and see if I get closer.